Right. Good afternoon to all.
Hey,
And
Nikhil. Good afternoon.
hi, Naveen. How are you doing?
Doing good, Nikhil. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
Great.
So, welcome to all to the alumni session. And we are here to talk about Naveen's journey. All right. So, to start things off, Naveen, I'm not sure. I think I'm not able to turn on the video on this side. If you can turn on your video.
Sure.
All right. Fine. Okay. Sorry about that. I think some disturbance with the network here. Can you hear me,
No.
Naveen?
Yes, Nikhil, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Why don't we begin by you introducing yourself? You can talk about what you're doing at present and your journey.
So, hey everyone, my name is Naveen Kumar. I'm a data analyst at Merkle, which is a customer experience management company and technology-enabled marketing agency where I perform data analysis, data visualization, and prepare some automated pipeline projects using Python. So my core domain is into SQL, Tableau for visualization, and Python obviously for the rest of the automation or pipeline projects that we perform. So talking about Merkle, like I said, it's a customer experience management company, and we basically work on a large set of data of all the international brands, and we perform analysis and provide the analysis to the to our clients. So this Merkle actually is a subsidiary of another company called Dentsu International, which is again an international marketing agency company, and it has a
Right.
multiple number of companies associated with Dentsu. So one of the company is Merkle, and earlier this was actually Ugam Solutions, which in the year 2022 it uh, collaborated or merged with Merkle. So I joined this company in the year of 2022, July to be precise. And since then, I'm working with various projects with various clients on brands, where sometimes I use some quality checking, or sometimes I have to perform some analysis on BigQuery SQL, and sometimes uh, prepare some visualization reports using Tableau, and there are some minor projects where we have to work on some Python, using Python codes to prepare some automation or pipelines, where we have to copy that or move the data from a certain position or a third party tool to a GCP table. So these are some
Oh,
of the projects that I have been working with. And before Merkle, I was working with Infosys BPM for around 5 years, from 2017 till 2022, where I was a social media analyst. And basically, there I used to, prepare some metrics reports on how the social media channels are performing for the client, and present it
right.
to them via, either Excel or PowerPoint presentation, or dashboard or Tableau dashboard. So the thing was that was pretty much basic work, and I was not that much happy with whatever that I was doing over there, and I wanted a change in the domain or upgrade of my domain. So
Oh,
that is when I was in Electronic City, and when I started looking out for some coaching centers where I could improve my skills, upskill myself
okay.
in the field of data science. I came across DataMites, where, and obviously we all go with the Google reviews, and it was pretty much very good to be honest. So I started go attending the classes. It was really helpful. Uh, uh, I learned a lot at that time, and obviously I joined the course in the year of 2019, but I changed my organization, or changed my company in the year of 2022, because in between I got some promotions. There was some other things that I had to handle, and it took some time. But when I changed the domain, it was a totally different thing. It was
Right.
a game changer for me. Yes.
Okay. And was this stint at Infosys your first job?
No, no, no. Before Infosys, I was working with another startup company called Inbisal. It was, to be honest, it was like one of my friends was running the company, and I was a part of that company. And it was a learning phase for me. I was a web developer at that time, performing some SEOs and social media optimizations, etc. So based on that, I got an opportunity with Infosys, and it even though it was there was some similarity in terms of working, but there were some differences. I mean, I started working as an analyst, particularly like uh, giving the clients some analytics reports, saying that we can make some changes, we can work on some things, something like that.
Right. So somewhere when you started off with reporting and you had the idea that you need something a little more comprehensive. That's how your data science came into mind.
Not exactly. It was another kind of a story. I honestly, I did not have any idea about data science or data analysis in the year of 2018 until 2018. And
Right.
I wanted to change my domain at that time. So I was not sure where to go, because my background is mechanical engineering, and I wanted to change my domain, and I thought of looking into development. uh, so I was reaching out to multiple people, I multiple coaching centers. So one of the people over there, I know, I would say the honest person, she said, instead of going to some development where it would be a total drastic change in your domain, you can go for data analysis. You can try it for data analysis. That is when I got to know about this domain. And after that, I started looking out, and like I said, Electronic City, DataMites, that was a nearer place and very good reviews. And I started going to that coaching place.
So at the time you had some idea about Python as into programming coding, or you were completely new to that.
I was completely new to that at that time.
Okay. So what was the journey like when you came starting off? Because this is something that we often encounter as in a beginner question, right? A lot of people want to
Correct,
know what is it that you see in data science coming from a non-technical. When I say non-technical, non-coding background.
correct. So I would not say that would be an easy path, but it is something which changes your life, to be honest. So like when people say data analysis, that is much easier compared to development, that is not the truth. And when they say data science, it is changing, and some automation, I mean, sorry, some ais are being implemented. So there are some challenges. So when I started looking out for data analysis job, it was not an easy task. Whatever that we learn does not mean that we know everything. So when we start attending any interviews, things completely change. We don't know the market. So what I would suggest is, go around the internet, search as much as possible, practice as much as possible. There are a lot of projects, there are a lot of dummy projects available online. Start working on them, because I have come across multiple people who joined data science because others were talking about it. They had
Right.
no clear idea. Even after the course completion, they have no clear idea what exactly data science or data analysis, data architecture, whatever we call that, is exactly. What do we do exactly in any organization? Because all we think is, whenever we talk to someone, whenever we are talking to some newly course completed person, we talk to them, they would say we know everything, but we are not getting any opportunities. The problem is, when we are looking out for some opportunities outside, when we start attending the interviews, we have to start attending the interviews, because that is when we see things in real time. So
What? Yes.
when I started attending the interviews, there were some new things that I came across. Like, uh, I had no idea in SQL, in this thing. there
Which
was some
function,
window
right?
functions. Yes, window functions, or stored procedures. There are a lot of things that I had no idea about. All I thought was select statement. Yes, I can do this. Find some employees, uh, use this table. So that is something which I thought I know everything. When I started attending the interviews, things totally changed. So we, even if it is coding or development or data analysis, logical thinking is really important in these fields. That is what I understood.
Right.
First thing is logical thinking is important. Second thing is practice as much as possible. Not as much as possible, you have to practice a lot. If you are focusing on SQL, practice SQL as much as possible. And what are the functions available, go around the net, see what exactly does data analysis means. Not just if you are able to do some SQL programming, that doesn't mean you are totally ready. Because data analysis means once you perform this analysis, I mean, sorry, queries and statements, you are able to write them. What exactly did you identify in that
Right.
analysis? What exactly are you trying to tell your stakeholders? This is very important. Again, these kind of
Insights that
questions come across. Sorry.
the insights that you gathered.
Correct, correct. So based on the insights, we have to tell our stakeholders what exactly did we do, how are we performing. I mean, what did we identify here? What different things did we identify here? So it is not just about the programming skills or statement skills. It also, when we call ourselves data analysis or data scientist, we should be in a position where we can make some decisions, give that information to the client, and we have to make them understand that these things can be done. And this is what I
Okay.
identified, that should be the use cases.
Right. So in many ways, you found it is about logical thinking and it's also about communication that you will be putting things across
Correct.
to your clients, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. So along the way, usually we have these mock interviews as part of the PAT team protocols that are followed right after your course completion. Were you
Yes.
a part of that?
Unfortunately, no, because during my course, I mean, in between, in the end of my course, I have this promotions and everything was going on. I had to prepare for that. There was some tests and things are happening in my company at Infosys. I had to go for that. So that's a loss for me, to be honest. I should have attended. I mean, I missed those things. Maybe that might be the reason uh, I had to wait for another 2 3 years for the domain change.
Right. Yeah, that's so in any case, you already had a position and you were just waiting for the transition to happen. So it's a better position to be in, and
Correct.
it worked out eventually. So in
Yes.
some ways, your Tableau experience was helpful. Is that right?
That is the thing actually. When I went for an opportunity, when I said I know SQL, but in my resume I highlighted my Tableau project, and that is what got me the job in the first place. Because something you have to be ready with, some use cases, I mean, some real time experience is what they were expecting. And you know uh, the first thing they gave me was, can you work on Tableau? Yeah. Then let's try on that, and then SQL. So eventually we will move further.
Great. Okay. So anything that you find from how new were you to statistics when you started off with data science?
Totally new. It's a totally different thing. Statistics and those graphs and etc. Those things were totally new. Like I said, not just knowing the code would help you in any ways. You have to, when you're communicating things to your stakeholders, these things come into picture. How do you say, well, there are multiple things like mean, median, etc. And how do you present that to the client? Even if
Right.
you have knowledge in statistics, how do you communicate those things to the client? I mean, client or the stakeholder might not know these things, these words. So how do you
Okay.
communicate that is important.
So
And yeah,
how did
statistics was
on
totally new to me at that time.
all right. Okay. So was it as coming from an engineering background? Was this something you found difficult, or how was it that at the
Not
curriculum?
totally difficult. Not totally difficult, since like you mentioned, being from a engineering background, I had some ideas, but statistics, it was a completely new thing. So apart from these major languages or major knowledge, we should also have a knowledge in statistics. And there was one interview I would like to mention with a company,
Sure.
and straight away he started asking me question on statistics. I did not even expect that I would come across these questions, like what is
Okay.
probability, so how do you calculate probability. And I was totally confused, because I was prepared on SQL, Tableau, Python, these languages. I did not expect statistics questions. So in one way, I thought, to become a data analyst, a scientist, we should have knowledge only on certain things, but statistics is a base of everything.
Right. That's well nicely put. So you are pretty much relying on that for your analytics and the idea of actually gathering insights, making something out of it. So there are some
Yes,
fundamentals, right? In that sense, you're talking about not really deep diving into statistics, but getting those aspects which are relevant for you. And
correct.
once you there, yes, you're better able to use even SQL as a tool, right? So
Yes,
some of the
yes,
analytics to perform there.
yes.
All right, great. Okay. Looks like we are not having any further questions. All right. So Naveen, to round it off, any what are your plans? Where are you looking to go next?
So my focus is, next work on some Gen AI projects. So
Okay.
since that is what happening right now, focus more on AIs, Gen AIs, learn about LLMs. I mean, already started. And apart from that, no matter what AIs we come across, one thing is important, these skills is required. Because even if you want to go into Gen AI, I mean, for example, Chat GPT, you want to search something. For example, if you want to search something related to SQL, to what exactly are you trying to identify, to what
Right.
exactly are you trying to find out. So you should have a knowledge on these things. So my plan is, work get into AIs, and work on some AI projects. And already started working on that, but not in a full fledged, because I have some other projects that are hanging, and I have to complete them first. So uh, once I get familiar with AIs, I mean, in a basic level, then move further, like prompt engineering. There is a lot of things. So
Just coming
so
back
my
to Merkle, Naveen,
Mhm.
and yeah, we the best for your foray into AI. So
Correct.
when you're working at the moment, is it a large team? How does it work in terms of
So actually, in my case, I am an individual contributor. I am handling the client myself. So there are multiple teams, multiple projects. I know some project have large number of people for the same brand. In my
so
case,
is it a
I'm
team?
working alone.
Is that work from home?
Hybrid, work from home and work from office.
Okay, you're going 2 or 3 days.
2 days a
Okay,
week, like Tuesday and Friday, and rest of the days work from.
nice, right. So that takes care of the travel. If you are in Bangalore, it
No,
does
actually, I'm
become.
nearby, so I don't have any problem of going to the office. Just
Oh, that's
3 kilometers from my home, so no worries on that.
all right. Great. Okay. Okay. I think there's one question coming from Shivalakshmi your way. What
Yep.
topics or areas need to prepare for an interview as a data analyst?
So start with SQL. Start with SQL. Have some knowledge in uh, statistics, and and then move further. I mean, if you are interested into visualization or Tableau or Power BI, learn about graphs, type of graphs. When do you use certain types of graphs? and then move further. So get used to SQL first. Start with SQL.
All right. Okay, I think that's about it. All right. Naveen, thank you so much for sharing all your insights. I'm sure this is of great benefit to a lot of people starting off or in the job market at present. And congrats once again, and wish you all the best for all your future endeavors.
Thanks, Nikhil. Thanks everyone for having me. It's a wonderful experience for me as well.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.